What if I told you that one of the most common, most misunderstood acts we all engage in, often behind closed doors, with shame, guilt, or just out of habit, is actually a portal to unimaginable power? No, this isn't a spiritual sales pitch. This is real. This is ancient. This is the kind of wisdom they didn't want you to know. Why? Because if you master this energy, you become unstoppable. Now, let's get real. We've all grown up in a world that told us that sexual energy is either something dirty, shameful, or just a temporary pleasure. But what if I told you it's none of those things? What if I told you that this energy, this raw, electric, burning energy inside your body, isn't just for pleasure or reproduction, but a spiritual fuel so potent it can literally reshape your health, your mind, and your entire destiny? Let's dive in. The forgotten power of sexual energy. Think about this. What's the one act that has the power to create life? Yes, sexual energy. Just pause for a moment and let that sink in. This is the same force that brings human beings into existence. If it's that powerful, why would we assume its only purpose is physical release? Ancient Taoists, Tantrics, and even Western alchemists didn't see sexual energy as something to be wasted. They saw it as sacred, as a magical, life-giving current running through your veins. They called it Jing in Taoism, Shakti in Tantra, life force in alchemy. This energy is the foundation of your being. It fuels your organs, sharpens your mind, strengthens your body, and when consciously cultivated, it awakens your soul. But today, most people unconsciously give it away, like pouring diamonds down the drain. Why you feel drained, even after feeling good? Let's be honest, how many times have you felt tired, foggy, even emotionally empty after a quick release? Sure, it might feel good for a minute, but afterward, you feel depleted. And here's why. Every drop of sexual energy you release isn't just a physical event. It's a massive release of life force energy. Your body invests an enormous amount of nutrients, hormones, and bioelectric charge into creating this fluid. We're talking zinc, magnesium, testosterone, dopamine, serotonin, all packed into what people treat as disposable. Now imagine this energy being stored instead of lost. Imagine it rising up your spine like a golden river, fueling your brain, your heart, your lungs, and even your creative genius. That's not just poetry. That's the ancient science of energy transmutation, the Taoist secret they don't teach in school. In ancient China, Taoist sages were obsessed with longevity and vitality. They weren't just meditating in caves, they were experimenting with their own bodies like sacred laboratories. And one of their core teachings, don't waste the Jing. They believed that the sexual essence was the root of all power, physical, mental, and spiritual. Instead of ejaculating it out, they learned how to circulate it in. It's called the Microcosmic Orbit, a technique that lets you draw your sexual energy from your root, your lower abdomen, up through your spine, past your heart to the crown of your head. You don't lose it, you reuse it. Like converting steam into electricity, your arousal becomes energy. Creative, magnetic, healing, focused. What modern science is starting to catch up on. Now here's the exciting part. Science is slowly catching up. Neuroscientists now recognize the massive dopamine spikes and subsequent crashes that come with compulsive masturbation or pornography use. They've linked it to brain fog, anxiety, even depression. But when you retain and redirect that energy, testosterone levels stabilize, dopamine becomes balanced, brain activity lights up. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, even monks, many of them have tapped into this practice, whether they call it nofap, brahmacharya, or sexual transmutation. The results? More energy, laser focus, creative bursts, deeper spiritual connection. because this is the truth. Your sexual energy isn't just about sex. It's the raw material that builds everything else in your life. This isn't celibacy. This is mastery. Let's clear one thing up. This is not about repression. We're not saying to never touch yourself, to become some kind of asexual monk in the mountains. This is about mastery. It's about learning to consciously harness this fire instead of burning yourself with it. Imagine your sexual energy like a wild horse. If it runs loose, it'll trample everything in its path. But if you learn to ride it, it'll take you exactly where you want to go. The Taoists never told you to deny desire. They taught you to refine it, to raise it, to transform it. You don't suppress the flame, you build the furnace to hold it. The Tantric perspective awakened the serpent. Meanwhile, in ancient India, Tantra was teaching something shockingly similar. They didn't see sexual union as sinful or shameful. They saw it as sacred. According to Tantra, your body is a temple, and your sexual energy is divine. Through conscious practices like breathwork, locks, called bandhas, and the sacred union of polarities, sexual energy becomes the key to awakening Kundalini. Kundalini is that coiled serpent at the base of your spine, the dormant fire of consciousness. When it rises, it activates your chakras, clears your energetic blockages, and launches you into states of profound clarity, bliss, and inner power. Tantra and Taoism both point to the same truth. The key is not suppression. It's conscious circulation. What happens when you waste this energy every day? Look, let's be real. If you're constantly draining this energy out of boredom, habit, or porn addiction, don't be surprised if you're stuck in low energy, brain fog, and lack of purpose. It's like trying to build a mansion while your fuel tank is leaking. Most people don't realize that every unnecessary release costs them vital power, not just physically, but energetically. It's not just about willpower. It's about energetic economics. Do you want to spend your currency on quick hits or invest it in becoming a magnet for abundance, creativity, and confidence? So if you've been feeling tired, scattered, disconnected from your purpose, it might not be because you're lazy. It might be because your power source is leaking. It's time to reclaim it. In the next part, we're going to dive deeper into how this sacred energy moves through your body, how to actually circulate it using simple practices, and how to awaken your inner magnetism. Because once you start working with this energy, not against it, life gets easier. Opportunities come faster. People feel your presence without you even speaking. This is the path of the modern-day sexual alchemist, one who remembers what the ancients never forgot. Stick with me. This is just the beginning. Your body is an energy generator. Picture your body like a generator, not just a mechanical system, but a sacred, intelligent engine that produces energy every moment you're alive. Now, within this generator is a special kind of fuel, a dense, rich fuel. That's your sexual energy. But like any fuel, it can either burn out quickly or power an entire city if harnessed correctly. When sexual energy stays stuck in your lower body, it builds pressure. That's why most people feel agitated, restless, or impulsive after arousal. It's uncirculated energy begging for direction. But once you learn to open internal pathways, that same pressure becomes flow. And that flow becomes transformation. The Microcosmic Orbit, ancient technology for modern energy flow. Enter the Microcosmic Orbit. Yeah, sounds like sci-fi, but it's actually ancient Taoist wisdom, and it's shockingly effective. Here's the idea. There's a loop, a vertical circuit that runs from your perineum, the root, up your spine, over your head, and down the front of your body, ending near the lower belly, called the lower dantian. This loop is your energetic highway. When you feel sexual energy rising, instead of letting it explode outward, you guide it upward, like pulling heat through a chimney. You don't stop the energy. You elevate it. Think of it like taking steam from a boiling pot and using it to turn turbines, light up buildings, power entire networks. You become your own power plant. The technique, simple but profound. Let's break it down, nice and easy. Here's how you begin to circulate sexual energy using your body's natural systems. Start with breath. Sit comfortably. Breathe in deeply through your nose, letting your belly expand. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Focus your awareness. Bring your attention to the base of your spine, your perineum. This is your root, the storage house of Jing, your vital essence. Contract and lift. Gently contract the perineum, like you're stopping the flow of urine. This subtle muscle movement activates the flow. Visualize the energy rising. As you breathe in, imagine a warm golden light rising up your spine from the root to the crown of your head. As you breathe out, feel it flowing down the front of your body to your lower belly. Repeat slowly. Do this for several minutes. With each cycle, you'll feel more energized, balanced, and present. This is sexual energy alchemy in action. The power of the root lock, Mula Bandha. In yogic traditions, there's a similar practice called Mula Bandha, the root lock. It's essentially the same thing, a gentle contraction of the pelvic floor that activates upward flow. By regularly practicing this lock, you're not just exercising muscles, you're training your nervous system to redirect energy. You're reprogramming your body's energetic software. And over time, you'll notice the difference. You'll feel less need for constant release. You'll feel stronger, lighter, more clear. And your body will become a conductor of higher frequency energy, not just a consumer of pleasure. Don't repress, transmute. Now let's address a huge misunderstanding. This practice is not about shutting down your desire. It's about learning how to ride the wave instead of getting drowned by it. Repression means you push the energy down, you fight it, resist it, and that creates pressure, frustration, and eventually, a breakdown. Transmutation is different. You feel the desire, you welcome it, and then you skillfully raise it. It's like taking a flame and turning it into light. You're not killing the fire, you're guiding it. This is where a lot of people mess up. They try to force abstinence, only to fall back into compulsive patterns. But the secret isn't willpower. It's wisdom. It's energy flow. It's inner alignment. Intention is everything. Before you even begin to work with this energy, ask yourself, why? What's your intention? Is it just to hold back? Or is it to build something deeper, more focused awareness, better health, creative brilliance? Intent sets the destination. Energy is the fuel. So when you enter any practice, whether it's self-exploration or meditation, set a high intention. Say it in your mind. I transmute this energy into clarity, strength, and abundance. Or, I raise this power to awaken my higher self. It might sound small, but intention is the steering wheel of consciousness. It directs where your energy goes. The inner smile turning energy into emotion. Here's another powerful Taoist technique, the inner smile. It's exactly what it sounds like. You smile gently, softly, not outside, but inside your body. You close your eyes, breathe deeply, and smile into your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, even your genitals. Why? Because emotion is energy in motion. When you smile inwardly, you're inviting gratitude, joy, and love to infuse the areas where energy flows. And when your sexual energy is mixed with elevated emotion, it transforms faster. Pleasure becomes presence. Desire becomes devotion. Lust becomes light. Benefits you'll begin to notice. As you continue this path, even just a few minutes a day, you'll start to feel shifts. Your energy lasts longer through the day. Your thoughts get sharper. Your emotions feel calmer, more steady. Your confidence becomes effortless. Your intuition lights up like a beacon. You won't just notice changes in yourself. People will notice it in you. Your energy field strengthens. Your presence becomes magnetic. You walk into a room and people turn to look not because you said anything, but because you're radiating a charge they can feel. That's not magic. That's mastery. The power of non-ejaculatory arousal. Okay, let's talk about something advanced. And, yes, a bit challenging at first. It's the art of reaching high levels of sexual energy and arousal without releasing it. Sounds intense, right? But here's the truth. Your body doesn't actually need to ejaculate to feel pleasure. In fact, when you train it, you can have what some call non-ejaculatory orgasms, waves of pleasure and energy surging through your entire being without a drop spilled. This is real, and it happens when you breathe deeply and slowly, contract the root muscles rhythmically, visualize the energy rising up your spine, and stay deeply present, not lost in fantasy. Instead of a 5-second high followed by a crash, you get minutes, sometimes hours of deep energetic bliss, followed by increased focus, vitality, and calm. It's like surfing a wave instead of getting slammed by it. Your mind is the remote control. Let's take it deeper. Your mind is the key controller in all of this. Thoughts are energy. Where attention goes, energy flows. So during arousal, whether with a partner or solo, you have to become a conscious director. That means avoiding external fantasy loops like porn, being present with your breath, your body, and your sensation, and using visualization to guide the energy upward. Try this. Next time you feel desire rise, close your eyes. Visualize a white or golden light spiraling up your spine. As you breathe in, see the energy rising to your heart or crown. As you exhale, feel it soaking into your entire body. This simple act turns lust into light. It teaches your nervous system to experience pleasure as healing ritual, depletion, with or without a partner. Let's talk about something powerful and often forgotten. Sex, in its highest form, is a spiritual ritual. Whether you're alone or with someone else, it's an opportunity to connect with the divine. In Tantra, this is called sacred union, where two people come together not just for pleasure, but for elevation. But you don't need a partner to practice this. Self-pleasure, when done with breath, presence, and intention, becomes a sacred act. It becomes a ritual of self-love and inner alchemy. Before touching yourself, ask, what am I offering this energy toward? Is this an act of escape or empowerment? Let your hands become instruments of healing. Let your breath guide the rhythm. Let your heart open. And when you feel the energy build, don't chase the peak. Circulate it. Smile. Let your whole body feel blessed, not just one part. That is sexual sovereignty. From raw energy to creative genius. Here's the secret great artists and mystics throughout history have known. Sexual energy is creative energy. When you transmute it, whether through breath, movement, or focused intention, it becomes art, ideas, inventions, confidence, magnetism, manifestation. Think of geniuses like Nikola Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, even monks and sages who practice celibacy or semen retention, not from repression, but because they were channeling. You don't need to give up pleasure. You just need to learn how to turn pleasure into purpose. The energy that once made you distracted, anxious, or lost in craving now becomes fuel for your highest work. Avoiding the pitfalls, don't burn out. Let's keep it grounded. This isn't a competition. It's not about being pure or perfect. You'll make mistakes. You'll have days where the urge takes over. That's okay. The path isn't linear. It's a spiral. Every loop teaches you more. But here are some things to watch out for. Repression, trying to shut everything down, will only create tension and backlash. Obsession, don't turn energy work into a rigid fear-based control system. Guilt, if you do relapse or release, don't beat yourself up. Learn from it. Get curious. This is about becoming more free, not more imprisoned. So if you need release, do it consciously. Slow down, breathe, set an intention. Visualize energy rising. Smile inward. Bless yourself. Remember, every moment is a chance to come back home. Your energy field will speak for you. As you grow in this practice, something wild will begin to happen. People will notice you even if you say nothing. Your energy field becomes magnetic. This is your aura, your vibration, your signal. Because when you're retaining, recirculating, and refining your sexual energy, your posture changes, your voice deepens, your eyes sparkle, your confidence becomes calm and natural. It's like your soul starts shining through your skin. People feel it. Opportunities flow to you. Life begins to respond to your vibration. You no longer chase. You attract. That's the power of aligned energy. The ultimate goal, union with the higher self. At the deepest level, this path isn't about sex. It's about self-realization. Sexual energy is the gateway to knowing who you truly are beyond your name, body, or history. When this energy rises through your chakras, activating your third eye and crown, it opens the door to what sages called God consciousness. That moment where duality dissolves, where you feel complete without needing anyone or anything. It's a reunion with the divine inside you. And from that place, everything you do becomes sacred. How you speak, how you eat, how you walk, how you touch the world. You are no longer driven by desire. You are moved by purpose. So here you are. You've gone from the shadows of misunderstood desire into the fire of transformation, and now stand in the golden light of possibility. You've learned how to circulate and raise your energy, how to turn arousal into alchemy, how to use your body as a temple, and how to step into your highest power. You are no longer a slave to desire. You are the master of energy. You are the alchemist. Now the journey continues, not with theory but with practice. Start small, breathe, move energy, smile within, and watch your life begin to shift in ways you never imagined. If this message stirred something in, you don't keep it to yourself. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below what resonated with you the most. And make sure you hit subscribe, because in our next videos, we'll go even deeper into ancient esoteric practices that unlock the full spectrum of your power. This path of inner alchemy is infinite. And every breath you take with intention is a step closer to becoming who you were always meant to be. Until next time, stay grounded, stay powerful, stay awake,